This is the Asics Noosa Tri 13 men's running shoes. Now, I've worn them maybe about 6 times, maybe about 70, almost 70 miles. And I've got to say, excellent shoe. And it's a great all around performance shoe. And I thought that it checked off a lot of boxes. Now, they say on the labeling of this that it's with the addition of the glide sole technology. So that's what allows the shoe to be lighter in weight than the previous designs. And it's supposed to fit a wide range of runners, which I have to agree. It's bouncy, it's cushiony, it's stable, it is responsive, it's breathable, short runs, long runs, tempo runs, fast runs, different kinds of terrain. I thought it checked off all my boxes that I was hoping for. So these new designs and changes and upgrades with the guide soles and the flight foam and other things basically has increased the running efficiency of this shoe, this particular shoe line. Now, it's supposed to help runners feel fresher longer, and it's supposed to give us a smoother and more comfortable ride. And I do have to agree with that. Just like the Nova Blast, which I did a review on that, which are these right here. Just like the Nova Blast, it does have this flight foam, and that technology in the midsole, which gives the runner a kind of a lightweight feeling and more cushiony for longer runs. Now, let's compare the flight foam of the Nova Blast with the flight foam of the Asics Noosa Tri 13s. Not as quite as bouncy as the Nova Blast, and I found that it still gave me plenty of cushion, but it's not as bouncy and squishy and soft like the Asics Nova Blast or the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run. But very great shoe, very comfortable. I can't say any more than it's just a great shoe. Now, along with giving it that lightweight feel and more cushiony for longer runs, the outsole has been designed to improve basically durability and stability. As you can see with the design and the plates that are on here, a lot more stable of a shoe compared to the Nova Blast, right? So here's the outsole for the Nova Blast. You can see with the designs, the indentations, and where they took off the materials. It doesn't have the stability issues like the Nova Blast. And so you can see with the plate and the design of the outer sole and the soles itself, a lot more stable of a shoe. It gives you a lot more tread. I felt that that in some wet pavement areas and some of the boardwalk running I did by the pier had no issues with that. And so it is definitely a more stable, more structured shoe without having that feel like a standard running shoe that is sold as a stable, structured shoe where there's not a lot of give or a lot of bounce. I felt that it gave me all the great things that you're looking for in terms of the tread and the sole and giving me the stability and the structure, but without limiting me on the bounciness and the responsiveness. So I was very pleased with that. On top of that, with the way they structured it, they were able to get this shoe in lighter in weight than the previous designs. And whether I was on a tempo run, a long training run, a racing run, I felt like it was great for all those aspects. And I did take it through a variety of different style runs, and it felt great on the lightweight feel of the shoe on my foot, along with the cushioning. And I felt that it gave me a really good response every step of the way. Now they went ahead and engineered the mesh uppers to improve the breathability. But to tell you the truth, with Asics shoes, I never had a breathability problem. I mean, we're right here now in the heart of the summertime, and it's been anywhere from 90 to 102. And I've run in the middle of the day, and I didn't feel like any hot spots or any areas where my feet felt hot. And when I took the shoes off, it didn't feel like, oh my goodness, what a huge change from getting that shoe off to just having my socks on and being able to feel much better. I felt like while I ran with these shoes for anywhere from 20 minutes to hour plus, I had no problems with the breathability of the shoe or getting hot spots in my foot areas. I felt that the lacing up of the shoe kind of had that stretchy, bungee lace was very nice. Some people prefer, I know a coworker of mine prefers laces that aren't as stretchy because they don't like as much give, but I felt like the laces were great. And one added feature of buying this pair of shoes is that the laces, they give you extra pairs, and they give you some clips too on top of that. And so I thought that was a great bonus. Now, they had updated the design and basically feature a higher flight foam stack. And so for the stack and gel at the heel to soft impacts, it says here, and enjoy the feeling of endless forward motion, which I have to agree on that. And then with the guide sole, it's the kind of that rocker sole design that provides a good stable run with less weight, breathability, and I felt like this design was great. Now, I didn't buy the previous designs, but everybody that I've talked to that bought the previous line in prior years have said that definitely a lot of improvements with this particular shoe. That it was a really good shoe to begin with, but they just made it even better. The running shoe here, the Noosa Tri 13s, I think are a great neutral runner shoe. Anybody with kind of a normal to medium to even a high arch should be perfectly fine with this shoe. I felt that it was plush. The tongue was soft. Not too much, not too thin, but that it gave enough cushioning in all the areas. And on top of that, it felt like I was speedy and light in my runs. Now, in terms of the cushioning level, as you know, I've done the reviews on both of these two other shoes. The Nike Zoom X Invincible Run and the Asics Nova Blast. And when you're comparing the foam on both the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run and the Asics Nova Blast, it definitely does not have as much squishiness and the amount of bounce and softness of those two shoes. But those two shoes are kind of in its own category, right? Those two shoes are at the far spectrum of bounciness and having all that cushioning support. And to tell you the truth, both the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run and the Asics Nova Blast, for a lot of people that are not running straight, or they're running in a little bit more tougher terrain, or they're running and taking sharp turns and cuts and corners, they've complained that the Nike Zoom X Invincible Run and the Nova Blast are not stable enough, and they may not have twisted their ankle or tweaked it, but the stability just wasn't quite there. There would be a couple times throughout their run where they kind of tilted one way or another. For those type of people who stated those things about those two shoes, the Noosa Tri 13s actually is the shoe that you want then. If you still want that flight foam and you still want the squishiness and the bounce and the extra support and having that kind of lift off and that push off and the energy release, but you need a little bit more stability. Let's say, like for example, I kind of cut across the soccer field, and it goes down, dips down below, and it goes up a little bit when I'm getting off the field, and I'll tell you, you can feel the instability with the Nike and the Nova Blast when I'm running through that type of terrain. But with the Noosa Tri 13s, I had no issue whatsoever. So if you want that little bit more of that stability in a shoe, and you felt that the Nova Blast and the Zoom X was not quite there, or kind of gave you that uneasy feeling of having not enough support, and it was just kind of, you were tilting one way or insoles inside, then I think this is exactly the shoe that you're looking for. Now, the Midsole Drop. The Tri 13s has a heel to toe drop of about 5 millimeters. And the shoe weight in my size was 7.9 ounces, so even lighter than the previous models. And like I said before, perfect for all types of races or training days. Just like the Nike Zoom X, or the Nike Invincible Run, and the Nova Blast. Both the shoe is still soft and light. It fit true to size. For me personally, I like the laces because they were slightly stretchy. Now, some people don't like that stretchiness in laces, but that's an easy fix, right? Very breathable shoe. Never a hot spot, and I'm running in the heart of the summertime here, 90 plus degree weather. I felt the efficiency of my runs were really good. It had a really good responsiveness and push off, and also the absorption was really good. It wasn't as squishy as the Nova Blast or the Nike Zoom X, but those two shoes are kind of way out in their own category, right? Those two shoes are the most cushiony shoes, and for a lot of people, they said that it's just too squishy for them. And I have to agree. I love those two shoes, and if I'm walking, if I'm running in a straight line or a flat surface, flat pavement, I'm running around the track inside of a gym, or I'm outside my office area, and there's no inclines or declines, there's no step ups, there's no sharp turns and corners. I love running with those two shoes, but in most other places where I'm just running on, by my house area, it's a little bit safer to run with my Tri 13s. I felt that I was a little bit speedier with these shoes than the other two really soft shoes that I have. And I felt that this is a really good all-around shoe. For me personally, I'm going to stick with the Nike Zoom X and the Nova Blast because I just like that extra squishiness. Based on the amount of running I do, kind of my little bit of pains that I get in some of my joints, my lower knee area. I like a squishier shoe. But I think most of you are going to fall in this category where you want a little bit more stability than those two ultra squishy shoes. And this is the perfect shoe for you. It is going to fit all the boxes, check all the boxes, and it's basically everything that you get in some of these other high performance running shoes, but it's going to give you both the stability while it's still going to give you the soft cushiony bounce that you're looking for. So I think this is a great shoe for a majority of you guys out there. Now, in terms of price, very, very cheap compared to the Nike Zoom X and the Asics Nova Blast. I mean, those two shoes are expensive, right? The Nova Blast that I just showed you is on the higher end of the Nova Blast chain grouping. That particular shoe I showed you cost, I believe, almost $170 with tax. And then the Nike Zoom X was $180 by the time I paid tax and other things. I think it almost came to $200, and I think for a lot of people that kind of turns them off. Those two shoes are really on the pricey range. This shoe I got for $124.95 with tax. What is that, like $130? $137 or something. I think that is a pretty good deal for a really good quality shoe. And so I think for a lot of people, they're going to gravitate toward this Asics the Noosa Tri 13. So very good shoe. I plan on running these, using these shoes and running with these shoes on a regular basis, and incorporate it with them in my rotation. So, very good shoe, and that's a little bit about the Asics Noosa Tri 13s.